Hello, good evening to all the Soul Supernatural family and friends. I am the most beautiful host, Cynthia Rose, the founder and CEO of Soul Supernatural Productions LLC. Now, the reason why I mentioned that in the beginning of all of my videos is because I want to get everyone accustomed. I want to get everyone used to and familiar with my brand, okay? And what this brand represents, what this platform represents, what Soul Supernatural Productions LLC represents is that we are a news media platform that covers everything from spirituality to current world news events and everything in between. Entertainment, celebrities, Hollywood, everything. So that's the reason why I mentioned that in the beginning of all of my videos. So without further ado, let's jump into what this video is about. So Supernatural family and friends, I did a video yesterday, okay? And it was pertaining automatic handwriting. And I covered a couple of things in that video. I went into my Ashe Divine Vault and I'll let you guys see some things. And in this video, I am going to be answering viewers' questions. Okay. I had some people email me. I had some people inbox me on Facebook. I had some people share the video and make a caption. I had some people tag me into certain comments. So I am going to be answering some questions in this video. So let's start here. So this is Jasmine Esoteric Knox. Okay. Um, I've been following her for quite some time. We've been following each other for quite some time. Despite our different spiritual beliefs, I not only respect her as my sister, but I respect her as a woman, first and foremost. Okay. So I post my videos on every single platform that I have. And this just so happens to be a post from her on Facebook. Now, for those of you that don't know, I also have a Facebook page, So Supernatural AOC, just like my YouTube channel. Okay, I'm on every platform. So she saw my video that I posted yesterday pertaining to the automatic handwriting and the possession and occultism, and she made some statements. So let's see what she said. She said, legit questions. A thought provoking inquiry arises. Those who oppose channeling or automatic writing, have you pondered the origins of holy books? Did they solely perceive the voice of God because every thought emanates from a source? What about people who potentially had mental illness or were hearing multiple voices? Lastly, how can you differentiate the voice of God? That's an awesome question. I love that. Versus the being influenced by a demon. Old questions brought back to life by So Supernatural AOC. Reference YouTube video in the comments. She say, sheesh, in this comment. You dropped some bars in that video above, and I noticed how you were kind of talking about some positive things. And that video, so the demons were telling you to tell people to seek natural remedies and wake people up. Like I'm really analyzing what you are saying along with some of my own thoughts. I'm not even trying to come at you, but this is a good topic. And then she tagged, because she followed me on both pages. Like I said, that's my sister. She followed me on my regular page and my Soul Supernatural page. So yeah, we locked in. Then here she says, I agree with a lot of the stuff in your video. And then she tags my Facebook page name. But it reminded me of this thought from years ago. Check out her YouTube channel. And then she posted the links to the video that I did yesterday. Now, for those of you that don't know, that thumbnail that I used, that was me. That's the photo that I did many years ago, and I had just blacked the whites of my eyes out. So that's an actual photo of me. But now let me answer these questions. Okay, let's start here. Those who oppose channeling or automatic writing, have you pondered the origins of holy books? Did they solely perceive the voice of God because every thought emanates from a source? Now, in my opinion, this is my opinion, okay? I'm pretty sure other people have their own opinions, okay? When you say holy books, what do you mean? Because we have the Bible, we have the Quran, we have different books, right? But in my opinion, there is only one holy book, and that one holy book will be the Holy Bible. Now, there are other spiritual book sources. Don't get me wrong. There's many of doctrine, okay? There's many of text, many of spiritual literature. But far as a holy book, there will only be one, and that's the Holy Bible. And in that Holy Bible, Jesus spoke himself in that Holy Bible. And for the Christian community, there's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Jesus came to earth to sacrifice himself in human flesh. You understand what I'm saying? So we know that Jesus was here. He walked the earth. So how can we not acknowledge that? You see what I'm saying? How can we not acknowledge that? That's my answer for that one. Number two, what about people who potentially have or had mental illness or were hearing multiple voices? Now, me personally, I have done studies on psychopathy. I have done studies on what they call schizophrenia. I have done studies on what they call bipolar and many of other mental illnesses. Okay. Now, I'm not saying I'm an expert. I don't have a PhD or none of that in anything. Okay. But one thing that I do know for a fact, okay, is that a lot of these labels that they call mental illness, bipolar, schizophrenia, manic depression, all this stuff is linked to demonic possession. That's a fact. Okay. Why do you think when people get admitted into a mental institution, they ask you, are you spiritual or are you religious? Why is that even a factor? Why is that even a factor? Why do they need to know whether you're spiritual or whether you're religious? Okay? Because there's a difference between being spiritual and being religious. If you are religious, they are going to be able to just pump you with drugs and put your ass in a padded room. Okay? But if you say that you're a spiritual, now you a problem. Now you a threat. And they still want to pump you up with drugs. Okay? But see, they're going to go about it a different way. Now, when I was dealing with my demonic oppression and possession, the last place that I was finna go to was to a goddamn psychiatrist or go sit on somebody's couch and talk to somebody. It wasn't shit that they can do for me because I knew where my attacks were stemming from. Okay? Let me explain something to you. People that are dealing with mental illness, okay, these people are at the lowest form of frequency that has ever been created. Okay? These are people that are not spiritually strong enough to be able to decipher reality from spirituality. When I was going through my shit, okay, there was a little confusion at first because I thought that I was reaching a certain plateau in my spirituality. But when certain shit started happening, I'm like, nah, bro. And this shit wasn't like stuff that was going on in a dream or anything like that. This was real life in real time. Okay? I was able to decipher, I was able to understand what reality I was in. Okay? I was able to understand that I was in communication with certain things that ain't no way in hell I'm supposed to be in communication with. Okay? So, the first thing that somebody is going to do when you tell them something that you're experiencing spiritually, or when you tell them that you're hearing voices, or when you tell them that you're having different kind of thoughts in your head, thoughts that are not your own, and what we would call in the Christian community intrusive thoughts. Okay, the very first thing they're gonna say is, you need to see somebody. You need to talk to somebody. Maybe you're having a mental break. That's what they tried to tell me when I came out with my story on social media. All these people, okay, that was in the same community that I was in, that was also channeling spirits, that was also reading tarot cards, that was also swinging pendulums, that was also doing different type of spiritual activities, that was also doing witchcraft and magic, okay, told me that I was crazy. Told me that I was crazy because I had reached a point in a rabbit hole that they have not reached yet. So now, with me saying all of that, how was I able to heal myself and break away from that demonic activity and still be okay right now to this day in 2024 without seeing a therapist, without being put in a padded room, without seeking any type of Western medical help, medical mental help. How is it that I am functioning fine and I went through all of that spiritual stuff and I'm not considered mentally ill? I'm not considered schizophrenic. I'm not considered bipolar. What? Are you kidding me? It's been 4 years since my deliverance. Okay. You wonder why people who are considered mentally ill have to take constant medication. But then people who come from the occult, such as myself and many others, we seek deliverance and we are fine. But the people who are considered mentally ill and are labeled mentally ill, they have to take medication continuously, and it does nothing for them. They are still battling with hearing voices, with intrusive thoughts, with all these different things going on. Why? Because it's not medication that they need, it's deliverance. It's deliverance that they need from unclean spirits. If y'all have never heard of John Sada and John Eckhart, these are two different people, okay? But these are people who specialize in different psychologies, different parts of the brain, okay? Read upon them, study their literature. They are able to break down very strategically, very surgically, okay, how mental illness is linked to demonic possession. Remember what I said the other day in the other video. Spiritual warfare starts from the time that you're conceived. From the time that you are conceived. A lot of people don't need medication. A lot of people don't need these different types of labels put on them. It's not the medication that is going to help them. The medication makes them worse. Okay? And it suppresses them spiritually, which is what the Western pharmaceutical world wants. They know that we're spiritual beings. Each and every last person on this earth. Okay, whether you a human or whether you a skinwalker or whether you demonically possess another person's being, everything is spiritual warfare. Everything. Okay. So demonic possession has been linked to mental illness. You hear a lot of times. I even did a video a few years ago. There's a guy who was following Rashad Jamal. He had no history of mental illness. Not from his mother's side, not from his father's side, not from his grandparents' side. But as soon as he started binge watching Rashad Jamal and all of his teachings and taking into everything that what he was saying, what he went and did, killed his damn family. From watching too much goddamn Rashad Jamal, all that Egypt shit. Rashad Jamal was out here putting spells on his viewers and all types of shit. What? Now, how is it that a person with no history of mental illness have a mental break? Oh, they was dibbling and dabbling. They opened themselves up. He began to take in all of that stuff that he was saying, and he just, had no covering. You have no covering on you. You just saying, hey, devil, I'm right here. Enemy, I'm right here. Demons, I'm right here. This vessel is open for you. That's what happened to that guy who was following Rashad Jamal. So explain, how is it that a person who never had a history of mental illness have a mental break? You succumb yourself, okay, to be open. You've sacrificed your vessel to be open by indulging. That curiosity killed the cat. That's why I keep telling y'all. Curiosity killed the cat. Your eye gate, your ear gate, your mind. This is what you need to protect. This is what you need to protect. Because what you see, what you hear, and then what's going into your subconscious, baby, come on now. This is more than a mental illness. This is more than Western education putting a label on you. This is way deeper than that. That's why these folks don't like me. Because I'm going to tell it like a TI is every time. But let's move on to the next one. Lastly, how can you differentiate the voice of God versus the being influenced by a demon? Let me ask you a question. Okay. Have you ever heard a demon speak? Have you ever heard a demon speak out of the vessel of someone else? If you have not experienced that, it's going to be hard to explain. Okay. Now, the voice of God, I'm gonna speak on it from my experience because it's different from everyone else's. When I'm in prayer, when I'm in worship, it's not God's voice is not like a voice like how I'm talking. God's voice is very angelic. God's voice is like a frequency. It's not a voice. You understand what I'm saying? God's voice is like a tone. Um, like how they play music. They say 432 hertz is the frequency of nature, the frequency of positive, the frequency. God's voice is a frequency. It's not like me talking, if that makes sense. You have to experience it. I'm telling you, it's wonderful. It really is. Um, and it's a frequency that you can understand. I'm pretty sure everyone can understand frequency because we all operate our frequency. Music is frequency. Reading something is frequency. Okay? Eating something is frequency. Watching something is a frequency. Frequency is a form of communication. You see what I'm saying? So God's voice is a very calm, soothing, but powerful. I can't even find the words. I can't even really find the words to put together. That is actually an experience that you will really have to experience so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But God's voice is a very calming, soothing, powerful frequency that you can understand is holy. You can definitely differentiate. Now, okay, let's go here. How could you tell the voice of a demon? I'm just going to tell you right now. Number one, me personally, I've physically seen demons speak out of other people's vessels. All of y'all seen it too. Y'all just didn't know y'all was watching it with Nature Boy. Y'all didn't know y'all was watching it with Rashad Jamal. Who else? Um, y'all don't even realize that when you're getting tarot readings, that the person is not speaking from its being, but it's channeling spirits around it that are familiar that the person that is reading and that demon is speaking through that person. Okay. But me personally, I've I've physically seen demons speak out of someone's vessel. Okay. I've heard the voice of demons tell me do some crazy shit. Had me thinking some crazy shit. Now I can't. I'm not gonna give y'all details. Not right now. Not right now. But just know, the voice of a demon is like nails on a chalkboard. The voice of a demon is eerie. The voice of a demon is excruciating to your ears. It's excruciating to your mental. This is why these folks that are considered mentally ill, they need medications to calm them down, to keep them suppressed. But that only works for a little while because it's going to wear off, and then they're going to start hearing those voices again. Okay, demons speak on a frequency that is very that is very violent. Okay, when you have intrusive thought, you ever had a very intrusive thought and you was like, I don't know where the hell this came from. Why am I thinking like this? That's the voice of a demon. That's the frequency of a demon. Maybe you watched something on TV. Maybe you accidentally bumped into somebody who had negative energy on. Okay, maybe just something. There's a door open, something somewhere. I'm pretty sure everybody have had random intrusive thoughts. You know damn well God ain't finna how you're thinking like that. That's the voice of, that's how you could differentiate by what's being said. This is why the Bible warns against things like necromancy and divination and things of that nature, because it's not the person that is speaking, it's the spirit speaking through that person. That's how you can tell the difference. Okay, next, she says, sheesh, you dropped some bars in that video above. And I noticed how you were kind of talking about some positive things in that video. So the demons were telling you to tell people to seek natural remedies and wake up. Like, I'm really trying to analyze what you're saying along with some of my own thoughts. I'm not even trying to come at you, but is this a good topic? But this is a good topic. Okay, let's get into this right here, right? She said you were talking about some positive things in that video. So she asked, so the demons were telling you to tell people to seek natural remedies. Let's get this thing straight right here. First of all, I am not Ashe Devon anymore. I am Cynthia Rose. I still am who I am far as health-wise. I'm still an unvaccinated mom. Okay? Even before I was into this, I breastfed all 3 of my children. Okay? I still eat a certain way. I still am anti-Western pharmaceutical. I'm still against Tylenol, Benadryl. I'm still against all this stuff. I'm still against flu shots. So don't get that misconstrued. Okay? The point that I was trying to make is that when I was writing those lyrics, when I was writing those things down, it didn't come from my own thought at the time. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a damn poet. I'm not nobody that just sit down and just write shit out. Back then, I was an influencer. Even still now to this day, I'm an influencer. I speak. I teach. But I'm not a rapper. I'm not a lyricist. So when I was writing those, and it would come at random times. Like the videos I showed y'all yesterday, though, it would come at random ass times. And I would immediately have to get pen and paper and write the shit down. I don't know how I came up with that shit. Somebody can ask me right now to drop a 16 bar on natural healing, and I wouldn't be able to do it. I can talk to you about it. I can speak to you and tell you about it, but I can't sit down and just write no. I can't. They do shit like that in Hollywood. This is why they're able to write certain scripts, and this is why certain movies are so great and 5 stars. Okay, these people are not operating from their own being. They are operating from channeling different spirits that is coming into their vessel and doing the work for them. So no. The demons wasn't telling me to say anything positive. They was just telling me anything to say at all. Now, whether someone look at it as negative or positive, it didn't come from me. It wasn't my thoughts. Okay? Like when I would do my different lectures and stuff, I got one I'm finna upload that I did on HIV and the white blood cells and the red blood cells. I was looking at that video, y'all. And when I tell y'all right now, I cannot fathom how I did that video. When I was beefing with Yada, when I dog walked Yada in that video. I did a whole, yo, wait till y'all see this. Yo, wait till y'all see this shit. Looking back on it now, that didn't come from me. There's no way that came from me. Even when I was in the occult and esoteric, I would do lectures and I would do certain live streams talking about certain shit. I would go back and watch those videos, even while I was in the occult, and I'd be like, yo, how the fuck? It did not come from me. It wasn't my own thoughts. It came from China. I was open. I didn't know at the time, but I was open. And I was already, you know, spirits was already taking over me. Beings was already taking over me. And they was pushing out what they wanted to push out. This is how a lot of people in the occult and esoteric information community gain influence. Now, I ain't gonna name no names, but we done seen what we saw, okay? And these people were accessing certain information from other sources, okay? That's the point. It's not how you interpret it, whether it's positive or negative. It's the source behind it. You see what I'm saying? So channeling and doing automatic handwriting, it don't come from your own thoughts. It's not you. Listen, please understand this. Looking back on that shit now, I wasn't even aware. I wasn't even conscious when I was doing. I'm going to show y'all this video in part 2. Okay? When I was on that board going fucking ham and yada. I look at that shit today like, yo, what the fuck? Like, that shit didn't come from me. And I remember that video got like over 10, 15,000 views on my very first Ashe Divine channel. Luckily, I still got the damn video. I got so much shit and I want to share it with everybody because I want y'all to see me then and me now. Automatic handwriting, you're not conscious. You're completely unaware and unconscious of what you're writing, what you're saying, what you're acting, what you're doing. You're unaware until you come back. And that could take a long time, and you go back and be like, damn, how did I know that? Of course, because it came from a different source. That's the only point I'm trying to make here. How people interpret it, that's on them. Oh, that was something positive she said. Oh, that was something negative she said. That was something spiritual she said. It don't matter. It didn't come from me. It came from another angelic intelligence, okay, because demons been here. They've been here. This is why they seek to possess a human body so they can continue to stay here. Okay? There's a difference between fallen angels and demons. We could talk about that in a whole nother video. But the point that I want to make very clear is that it don't matter how someone interprets what you're saying. It's the influence behind it. So I was demonically possessed when I was doing my 16 bars out of darkness. That's what I was in a group called 16 Bars of Darkness. And I would be able to, it's so many old videos that I got of me just flowing, writing shit down. And this shit will come at different wild, crazy times. It'll be times I'll be laying down in the bed and some shit will come to me and I'll be like, I gotta get up and write this shit down. Then I'll put a beat to it or then I'll come and, you know what I'm saying, put it in a poem, or then I'll come online and I'll go live and give a lecture. That shit came from demonic beings, bro. Believe me when I tell you, I was possessed. Take it from me. I'm the one that was possessed. Okay? Facts. Automatic handwriting is the same thing as goddamn playing with a Ouija board. You ask the damn Ouija board a question. It don't matter if it says something negative or positive. What was the damn influence behind that? What was the damn source behind that Ouija board? That's what it is. Same thing with swinging a pendulum. Same thing. Same thing with tarot reading. It's not the fact that what the person said might have connected with the person that it was reading. It don't matter if the person that's getting the reading connects with the person that's giving the reading. What matters is how is this person gaining this information and knowledge about me? I never met you before. You don't know me. I don't know you. So how could you possibly know? Just by reading a damn card. Make it make sense. Yeah, it's the familiar spirits. That's what it is. Please understand. Don't ever get shit twisted. Don't ever get shit twisted. Yo, this shit can go deep. I'm going to come back, though, in a part 2 because I got some shit to do. I just wanted to drop this video and respond to these comments. There's some more comments and emails that I'm going to respond to. I'm out. I'm telling my story. My Ashe Divine Vault is open, and we getting into it. See, I don't need to use other people for content. I could use myself. Listen, just me, my being, myself, baby. I'm all that in a bag of chips. Finax, okay? So anyway, y'all, I'm coming back with part 2 probably later tonight. Don't hold me to that though, because it might be tomorrow. But I'm coming back and we're gonna get into some more automatic handwriting. And in this video, I was beefing with Yada and I was tearing his ass up when it came to cell rejuvenation. But when I tell you that even right now, looking at that video, that wasn't me, bro. It was me. It was my body, but it wasn't me. Wait till y'all see this shit. All right, y'all. Peace.